That was an interesting countdown. I've never heard of that
we're live.
before.
Unless it's, for some reason, it might be stuck. Okay. Okay, I think we're live.
I'm checking from my end.
We're live!
Yep, it says that. Yep, we're live.
We're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to DBM cast number 6. A little bit of an hour later, but that's alright for everybody here. My name's Saul, one of two owners of the podcast. And, yes, we've got an interesting matchup for you today, but I won't actually say anything more about it because I'm not debating today. We have Bendy. And does Bendy want to speak up?
Oh yeah, Bendy.
Oh yeah. Versus. Oh, come on, Joe. This is that was.
I thought you were gonna say the name like you did him.
No, that was yeah, that was your cue. Okay, for some reason, okay, the audio just changed. It's okay. I'm looping it back. Right, and yeah, okay, Cuphead.
Cuphead.
Okay. I'm judging today. I'm judging today, so I will be looking over the debate. Let's just begin. Let's just jump into it. Pin, I will ask you first to give us a little introduction to who Bendy is.
Oh, there was once a company called Joey Juice Studios, studios of a parody of Disney World, or Disney in general. And Joey had a dream of making his cartoons a reality. And his way of doing that? Well, using a horrible ink machine to bring his characters to life. Of course, it worked, but failed also at the same time by making a true beast. From the ashes of what was once Bendy, the cartoon devil. What was once the cartoon devil, now forms the hideous ink demon, who is trapped in the cycle for all eternity. Until he wasn't.
I don't know where... Is the reverb bad?
I don't even hear it.
Yeah, well, you probably won't. They probably will. It should be fine.
Here, let me check real quick.
It's just set up like normal.
If you guys just don't...
Hang on for 1 minute.
Oh, is it 'cause are you reverberating through my mic?
I don't know.
Oh, yikes. Oh, yeah, no, that kind of sounds bad on YouTube end.
Okay, I'm literally putting my mic all the way up.
Okay, wait.
It's all the way up.
Wait, can you guys still hear me? On the cast?
Yeah.
Can you still hear me on the
I can hear you.
Can you hear me on the YouTube video?
Here, let me check.
La 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 la.
Why isn't my YouTube working?
La 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 la. Which versions are we using?
On YouTube, you sound good.
Okay, yeah, alright.
On YouTube, you sound good now.
Okay, good. Okay, so what versions are we using? Game, cartoon, or composite? It's a decently soft composite where we're considering both cartoon. It's mostly for Bendy. We're considering both cartoon and ink demon form. While Cuphead has his show and the games. Jim, speaking
Also
of Cuphead, you want to talk about Cuphead? Oh yeah, and the outputs.
Yeah, sure. In terms of media, I'm looking at, it's the show, the games, and the books.
Okay, time for your 60-second introduction. Not 60 seconds. Well, whatever seconds you want.
So, in the magical land of Inkwell Isle, there lived Cuphead and his brother Mugman. Because of their naivete, they end up gambling their souls away in the Devil's Casino, and now, in the hopes of their souls not getting damned, they have to collect the souls of runaway debtors. I don't know how to say that word, even though I wrote it down. They succeed with this, of course. They collect all the souls, they bring them to the devil. Then they betray the devil, because, obviously. They beat him up, and then now they're, national heroes.
Thanks for...
That's the general gist.
Thanks for giving me absolutely nothing to work with when you guys don't say how they're gonna win. Thanks. It's not like...
You said character introduction.
Yeah, but that's we usually say how they win. Okay, whatever. Oh god, where do I even want to start with you two? Let's just go into their general. I guess what can they do? What can Bendy do? And in terms of, I guess, overall
What can he
abilities.
Well, let's start with his, I guess what's considered his base form, his cartoony self. The original form of Bendy, well, the one that Joey Juice Studios tried to bring back. He has general toon force, you know, can stretch himself into telephones, you know, things like that. He has a magic sack, can pull out saws, axes, explosives, guns, swords, anvils, you know, all that good stuff. He has telekinesis, life creation. He can create living creatures by just touching them. He has a giant magnet, magneto boots that can walk on any surface, instant balloons that, you know, just make a giant hot air balloon out of nowhere, a grappling hook. He could run at over 90 miles per hour. And he has a magic pitchfork that can create objects to life, make small animals into large beasts, and can hypnotize people. That's his general powers.
Okay.
As a cartoon base.
Sorry, what'd you say before hypnosis?
Can
Hypnotize
make
people.
small animals into large beasts.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I guess that's a little good overview. Jim, do you want to give a little basic overview of what Cuphead has? Like, probably only the basics for now.
Yeah, so in terms of the basics, his main ability is his finger guns, obviously, which he has all sorts of different ways of using said guns. Like, he has the name's escaping me at the moment, gosh darn it. The pea shooter, the spread, the chaser, the lobber, all of which have different effects and can vary in power. Apart from that, of course, he has Toon Force. You know, that's pretty obvious. Yeah, that's basic. He doesn't have a whole lot.
Do you want to say maybe what some of the different finger guns can do? Because I know that Cuphead has multiple different weapons. It's not just like a normal pea shooter. There are different ones that you might want to bring up.
Okay, so yeah, in terms of different finger guns, he has the pea shooter, which is just a continuous volley of fast-moving bullets. He has a spread, which is close distance, but it does higher damage. The chaser, which is a homing attack, but it does like smaller damage than, say, the pea shooter. The lobber like bounces on the ground, but when it hits your opponent, it does more damage. The charge obviously lets you charge up the gun and then do a big blast with it. The roundabout, you shoot the other way, then it comes back around. And that's basically all the ones that like really matter.
Okay. I think that's a good overview. Maybe to help you here, maybe you want to also talk about... Oh, okay, if you got something, yeah, go ahead.
You know, I forgot about two other things.
Mm-hmm.
He also has charms.
That's what I was going to bring up.
Which give him... He has charms, which gives him extra health, allows him to morph his body into like an axe, allows him to teleport with a smoke bomb. His parries become automatic. His super meter rises like automatically instead of him having to actively parry stuff. And then, of course, one of his big ones is the Astral Cookie, which allows him to switch places with Miss Chouse and enter the astral plane. And in terms of one other thing, he has the super arts, which he gets from the ghost of Miss Chalice, all of which just sort of give him big buffs for when his super meter is full.
Can I ask you a question about that really quick, Jerem?
Yeah?
So when Miss Chalice and Cuphead switch places, do they switch bodies, or do they like switch entire like just places in the universe?
Okay, the thing, they don't really make it apparent. I think what's implied is that they share the same body, and then that body like morphs to the others, like what they are supposed to look like.
Pretty much.
Sorry, what'd you say?
They just swap souls, pretty much. Then.
Yeah, I think so. That's what I would think.
Okay.
Okay. I just want to clarify.
I also think that it would be good for you to quickly explain what a parry is, because you threw the term parry out a lot. How does Cuphead do that?
The parry. So the parry is basically certain attacks that get thrown at Cuphead will become pink, and he can parry said attacks, which basically makes it to where he's immune to those attacks if he decides to interact with them, and it charges up his super meter, which lets him do bigger attacks with more damage.
Okay. I feel like we should move back to Monster Bendy, because you said about an original form, and your profile picture is kind of giving away that it's not a cartoon.
The Ink Demon.
The Ink Demon. The creature born from the ink machine. Before we talk about Demon Bendy, let's talk about the ink itself. The ink is what binds all of Joey Juice Studios and all of its inhabitants together. It's spread out through the entire place. It's pretty much what's keeping all of them together inside of the cycle. The cycle, if you don't know, is basically the entire first game that's shit, over and over and over and over. The longer the cycle goes on, the stronger Bendy becomes, the more powerful he becomes. In the Dark Revival, a man takes over the cycle for pretty much a brief amount of time. In a very, very short amount of time, Bendy evolved past what he was originally was in the first game. The ink itself is what binds all of the creatures and souls inside all of the Joey Juice Studios together. All the inhabitants come from it. They will all go back to it, and it's inevitable. But the controller of the Ink Demon, Bendy himself, he lacks a soul of his own, a creation of the ink itself. He has claws and teeth for gnashing and scratching. He's extremely intelligent. He can teleport. He has passive fear manipulation, enhanced senses, corruption, hallucination inducement. He could take over your body. But what's really important here, I think, for this debate is ink philosophy. Philosophy. Physiology. Yes. As long as the cycle continues, no matter what, Bendy can resurrect himself, pretty much. An immortal. And thanks to his ink body, pretty much nothing can hurt him. He's been shot by Tommy guns, pipes, axes, so much, and it's just been non-effective, even to his base form. And also, when he combined himself with Audrey, he also got banishment, which we'll touch on a little bit later.
Okay, well, you mentioned a little bit about what Bendy can take. Maybe we should move over to a little bit of stats discussion. What can Cuphead take? Because Pin already made, or maybe what can Cuphead dish out? Because, Tommy guns are quite impressive and quite deadly weapons. But I feel like you've got something for Cuphead.
Yeah, so a Tommy gun's impressive, but what's gonna happen to Bendy when he gets hit with a nuke? And by that I mean Cuphead turns into a bomb with his plane and then just smashes himself into Bendy.
I guess he would just come back.
I'm seeing the issue here right now. You also mentioned this is the first time you bringing up a plane.
Oh yeah, I forgot. So Cuphead has a plane.
Oh.
He just has one. He can it's like a part of him in his fights. He can shrink it into his body and stuff. It's weird. I don't know how to describe this.
Well, Bendy also has a hot air balloon. So, not that a hot air balloon is better, but I'm saying
yeah,
air travel.
Also, sorry, what were you saying?
I was gonna say a hot air balloon is probably not that comparable to a plane that could turn into a bomb.
Yeah. But But in terms of what I think, like, so what's it called? Pin, you said that like no physical means can hurt Bendy, right?
Not forever, at least.
Yeah, at least not forever. I would argue that what's it called?
I don't know.
Yeah,
What is
we
it
don't
called?
know.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to remember what it's called. I'm bad with names. I would argue that his finger guns would actually be able to hurt Bendy because, to my knowledge, they're not actually physical. Like, they're not physically taking like damage off on someone.
What are they doing then?
I would
Hurting their soul?
maybe because the
Bendy-
entire
Bendy
thing
doesn't have
about.
one.
Yeah, but also at the same time, said finger guns were able to hurt the devil.
From the Bible.
Yeah, but the devil in the show like has a soul, right? Like he has a soul. He is
I don't
another-
think it's confirmed.
I mean,
I might prevent this from becoming a no limits fallacy, by the way. Because I can sniff one
Also,
out. I can sniff one out from Pin already.
me?
to mention one other thing that could possibly get by it, Cuphead has a magic pencil that he can use to erase and create stuff at will.
Right.
I'm so happy you brought that up.
Oh God.
I'm so happy. So this little pencil will be your downfall, Germ. So I was talking about before the cast that there was a win con I found for Bendy that pretty much cements that I think he actually wins now. 'Cause I wasn't super confident before. So this magic pencil feat comes from a short little comic, correct, Germ?
Correct.
And if we take a look at Exhibit A, which I will put in the chat.
Jesus,
for
he's got
feats,
exhibits.
Lord, he's going hard.
As we can see here, when Cuphead gets erased, what does Mugman use to redraw him? Can you say, Judge? What does Mugman use to redraw?
That is a paintbrush.
It's an ink
Yeah,
brush.
an ink brush.
Ink.
I think.
An
Whoa,
ink.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Cuphead is made out of ink.
Yeah, but that's not the pencil.
Yeah.
No, Cuphead is made of ink.
Could
Yeah, but it might just be a different ink.
Could I
It doesn't matter.
yeah, could I I might present something here. Yeah, we done like it's just drawn back into reality, it's not implied. I think you're making a very big leap in
But why
logic,
did he just
Pin.
use the pencil? No, he wasn't drawn from the pencil. He
Also-
was drawn from an ink brush.
Yeah, but that's
To
not
my also really quick to say, to my knowledge, because I am somewhat knowledgeable on Bendy, I'm pretty sure he only controls the ink created by the ink machine.
Ooh.
He controls the ink itself.
You need to leave.
Yes. From the ink, I doubt if he could control like all ink on the planet. Like, also, even if that was the case, how?
Yeah.
That's like saying that because I can. It's like saying that because I control granite, I have the powers of the magic pencil.
If like a character like Popeye is drawn from a pencil, is he made out of pencil? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't say that. You say he's just drawn
Yeah,
by
he
a
would.
pencil.
Yeah, you would.
Okay.
Listen,
No.
Inkwell Isle. Cuphead is from Inkwell Isle.
that means
And
nothing.
he's drawn from
That
ink.
means nothing.
Yeah, because he's like a cartoon character.
Yeah, Harty says
And
he
I
can't
bring
control
this
all
up
ink.
because-
Oh, Pin's even got chat against him.
Okay, chat. Hold on a second.
Always chat roasting you. Are they destroying you? I haven't been looking at them.
Bendy has a thing called banishment. If Bendy
Oh.
touches something, it will
I'm
send
aware of
them
this.
immediately back to the ink. Now, it's debated if that would work on a normal person or not. But Cuphead is made of ink.
If you
Cuphead
buy it
would be
being made of ink.
True. But okay, it's because it is. He's drawn from ink.
I wouldn't say
Not
I wouldn't say I wouldn't say that Popeye is made of a pencil or SpongeBob is made of a pencil. You can't use outside factors. Are all comic book characters made of pencils because an artist drew one?
Pin?
Yeah.
What do you think is in pencils?
Granite.
Correct. Where's their ink?
Okay. But what are you talking about? If you look at the comic that you use for the pencil, Cuphead is drawn back not from the pencil itself, but from the ink paintbrush.
Yeah, who's saying that it can't be both? But like, if we're trying to look at this from a meta perspective,
True. He does,
because apparently that seems like where you're trying to take this.
He does draw Mugman's face back on.
He was drawn by a pencil.
And he does draw Mugman's face back on. So technically, you could also apply the argument that he's also not made of entirely ink.
Mugman is made from pencil, and then Cuphead's made from ink.
Okay, this is the worst argument I've viewed on DBM Cast, and we're 6 episodes in. Okay, I'm gonna get you off. I can get you off before we stuck on this for another hour. Can I hear about their physical stats?
Okay.
Their actual physical stats. I don't want to hear about any bombs or anything. I want to hear about physicals. I'm gonna start with Bendy. What can Bendy physically do? What is his best physical feat? And if you have any numbers, please give them.
He scales to Boris, who ate the moon.
I'm sorry, he what?
Boris ate the moon, and Bendy scales to Boris.
Do you have an exhibit 2?
I don't have it, but you can trust me, bro.
Most pencils are made of a graphite powder mixed with clay. Also, that could just be lead. Okay.
I don't think
moon level Bendy. Do you have anything to counter Germ?
Moon level Cuphead. He obviously pulls the moon in the show. You could argue that it's just a Toon Force feat, but it's still him moving the moon. Like, it still shows that he's capable of that sort of level of strength.
I would also...
So they're both moon level.
Unless there's any higher arguments
and
for both.
If you really want to get into it, he fought Hildeberg, who's like summoning and fighting with like constellations and turns into a moon herself.
They're pretty
or like
small,
Djimi.
They're pretty
or Djimi, or I can't say his name.
Djimi.
Djimi the genie.
The Jimmy, not the genie. The
who,
Jimmy.
like,
the genie. The genie.
Like, maybe who possibly created like a little pocket universe with stars in it.
I know what feat Germ's saying here, so I'm gonna help Germ a little bit because it describes basically the energy in Germ's the genie's attacks are being turned from like stars and stuff. That's what Germ's trying to say in his little sarcophagus. So
I argue they're too small.
So, but no,
you argue
they're still stars.
Oh, really? I argue. I don't know.
Okay.
And in terms of speed.
Speed, yes, please.
In terms of speed, Bendy caught a shooting star and brought it back to Earth.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Which is clocked at about 161,000 miles per hour.
100 what?
161,000 miles per
161,000 per hour.
Can you put that into terms I can understand?
Wait, hang on.
Very fast.
Hang on. Can you describe the feat to me? Did he catch the star and ride it? Because then he's not moving that fast.
Yes.
Are you putting it?
Actually,
give me a minute. Are you putting it as a reaction feat?
I actually think Pin might have actually shown this in like one of the chats one time. So if I remember correctly, that's correct. But
the star was moving and he caught it and he rode it.
So like the star's moving towards him and he reacted to catch it.
Yeah.
Or okay, right, yeah, that's fair then. I was really confused. Okay, Jim, how fast is Cuphead?
So he threw a lasso to the moon, like we said, in about 0.24 seconds, which by calculating would be FTL.
Mm-hmm.
Or faster than light.
Yeah. Any other speed feats?
He defeated the devil, in which the devil was able to deliver presents all around the world for Santa Claus on Christmas, which is 0.1969305 5896 times FTL.
That's a pretty cool number. Jim, where did you get that from? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, bow, chicka, wow, wow. Okay.
I got it from Versus Wiki.
What? Get out!
That was a joke.
Get out! Get out, Jim! Okay, I want to hear, what are we thinking in terms of, what are your main, like, is there anything else you want to discuss now? Any other powers? Any other feats of strength? Anything you want to get on the table now?
Yes, I think that Bendy has a big advantage in terms of hacks and intelligence.
Okay.
And I think that's going to play an important role in this.
Do you want to explain why?
I'm waiting for Germ, and then I'll explain why.
So, sorry, I zoned out there for a second.
Okay. Is that
What are we
right?
talking about?
Why do you think Cuphead is going to win? Or what else do you want to talk about with him?
Let's talk about one other thing that I don't know if it'll be applicable, but I thought I'd bring it up.
Okay. I am the judge. I will say if it's...
Thanks to the DLC, once Cuphead beats the game, he's able to summon. You remember the genie, right?
Yes, I do remember the genie.
Quiet. So Cuphead is able to summon him now, just like on whim, and he's able to. The genie grants him wishes, which double his health every time that he calls upon him.
Okay.
The limit is that he can only do it before a battle or outside of a battle or a boss fight. So, depending on whether or not we say that Bendy would count as a boss fight, he may or may not be able to do this.
I feel like at some point that'll be getting into semantics.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna ask Pin if he believes
That's a little
Bendy would
too
count.
meta. If we're saying, oh well, this is just Bendy as a Cuphead bot, instead of just like them on equal footing, then.
But it's
That's a little
still,
crazy.
even if it's not like a boss thing, then it's still an ability that he can summon. Like more summons.
Now, if he was like outside of combat,
Hmm?
he hid somewhere. If he like hid somewhere and did it, then yes, I'd say that's okay.
Okay.
But, like, he can't do it during
So,
combat.
Not to my knowledge, no.
doesn't
He did fight Mr. Genie, though.
the genie?
It's quiet.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, if you want to talk about maybe why do you think they're gonna win?
Yeah, I think that banishment is going to be a big win con for Bendy here to banish Cuphead back to the ink, and I don't think Cuphead has a sort of mental resistance to, try to bypass the ink, does he?
I feel like I
feel like that banishment might not work on.
I feel like it's a bit of a stretch to say that these ink-related abilities, like banishment, would work on a character like Cuphead, because by that same logic, he could do it to, say, like, Bugs Bunny.
Sure, why couldn't he? If they're all made out of the same thing, then I don't think that's a big stretch to say.
Are you saying you'd argue every
Well,
cartoon character has ink physiology, Pin? Like every cartoon character?
I'm saying, like, if they are shown being drawn with ink, then I'd argue yes.
Goodness me. So even if the story precedent says that Bugs Bunny is a bug. Or a bunny.
From, like, a meta perspective, like, if they are drawn from the ink, they're ink.
Also, wait, yeah.
I just don't.
I would say Annihilate brought up a good point. Bendy's senses would say no hiding. So, if Cuphead could pull the Jimmy off is debatable. Because Bendy has enhanced senses.
Yeah. Yeah. He also has, just hallucination. He could just make people hallucinate if he wanted to. But I think what's really important here is his manipulation, his intelligence. Because
So, Andrew, with a pen?
Cuphead's not the What's up?
Hardy said salt and germ versus pain. I'm trying to be a good judge and get the debate rolling both ends. If I gotta help people interpret things, then I will.
So for Bendy, I think what's important is his intelligence and manipulation. Let's be honest here. Cuphead's not the
You know, he's stupid. Cuphead is stupid.
Without
He's an idiot.
Man, he's kind of not good. He's in a bad place because I think there was an episode where Cuphead like had something where he could defend himself against the devil, but
It was a sweater.
Yeah, and the devil kept tricking him to taking it off over and over and over. But Mugman was like, "No, don't do that." Well, Mugman's not a part of the fight.
Actually, maybe I think Cuphead just lacks common sense because he can drive a plane. Like he learned it from reading a blueprint once.
Cuphead didn't know the words to "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star."
Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying, maybe he's just smart in other fields.
Well, the game takes place after the show, debatably, so maybe he just got smarter.
Yeah, he might have just like, he might
have
have just
locked
grown out of
in.
that.
He locked in.
So I think,
yeah.
So what's stopping Bendy from, say, just hypnotizing Cuphead?
Can you specify how the hypnosis works?
Because I was about to say, if it's
Somebody
like
with like a laser, that's what happens.
does it like hypnotize their brain or like their body?
Both. It changes your body and your mind to obey Bendy.
Do you have any like statements or something saying that?
I can pull one up really quick. It's just showing that it changes both your body and mind. It doesn't like say it.
Hypnosis is a bit weird because like Cuphead doesn't have a brain.
Apologies for getting on
He's a cup.
Chat there, my Discord was frozen.
Oh, for how long?
No, it was frozen on my screen, but it's fine now. I clicked on my server and I clicked out of it. Cuphead has a supernatural amount of luck, though. Like, he had to roll any number and he would have had the soul taken, but instead he broke the dice.
I think it's more unnatural luck, if I'd argue, probably.
It's like dumb luck.
Depending on what you
It's more like dumb luck, you know, it's like... It's nothing that I call an ability, it's just kind of like a character thing, you know?
Because it's like the joke that, like, oh, they're trying to take his soul, but he's so stupid that...
He doesn't realize.
Also, I would argue that...
So you think that hypnosis wouldn't work because he doesn't have a brain?
One, he doesn't have a brain, and two, he's broken out of, like... So you know Medusa's, like, stone, like, you look at Medusa...
Calamaria.
Petrification is similar to...
Well, because, like, he broke out of being petrified via, like, a beam before.
But he's not being petrified, he's just being hypnotized. I think there's a...
Has Cuphead ever been hypnotized? Was Cuphead ever been hypnotized?
He has, hasn't he? He has. When the devil took
Has he been Did you ask if he's been hypnotized?
Yeah.
I don't... Maybe? I don't think so, though.
Like, does he have any, like, resistance at all to it?
Here's an interesting point from Fennec. Sorry. Ink can be evaporated, and Cuphead energy as attacks could burn him away. Yes, I kind of wanted to bring that up as a no limits fallacy thing. Like, can always come back, yeah, but isn't that, like, to do with the cycle? Correct me if I'm wrong.
So, pretty sure... So, Bendy, like, can't be killed by normal means in the game, but the only way to restart the cycle is by showing Bendy the end.
Oh, the end. Good night, everyone.
And I don't think Cuphead's smart enough to do that. I don't think Cuphead's smart enough to do that.
That's all, folks.
Sorry. He ain't smart enough to do that. I mean, the cycle itself is what keeps Bendy alive. When you show him the end, that's when he dies.
And then it starts again, because obviously the cycle.
Yeah. So that's when, like, when Aubrey, at the end of the revival, when she ends
at the
cycle.
Bible.
The Bible.
The cycle.
The Bible.
The Bible.
He is the devil.
After all, boom.
Yeah. So when Aubrey ends the cycle, Bendy is not gone for good, but the ink demon is gone for good.
Okay.
Well, she didn't end the cycle though.
She escaped it anyway.
Well,
I remember
sure, I guess.
Audrey being a pretty special person in Bendy lore.
You know, Audrey was like specifically made by Joey Drew to live as a human.
Like,
So
Undertale.
it's hard to argue that Cuphead would be able to do that at all. Like,
Also, sorry, I almost just dropped like 10 hours worth of Bendy lore. That's my bad.
We got time.
no, go ahead.
I gotta remember, I'm arguing for Cuphead.
Yeah, I'll give you a character, Germ.
I would love for you to.
Okay, Germ.
His
Yes.
You said about the super arts, right? But you never got into specifics about what they can do. Maybe
right,
that can help you there.
Oh, I keep forgetting that he has like the most basic abilities that are actually useful. So in terms of super arts, he has an energy beam, just sort of like a big head Kamehameha. Not incredibly like complicated, right? Invincibility allows Cuphead to cross the astral plane for a short time, becoming invulnerable to any and all attacks. And he can summon a giant, he can basically send a giant buff spirit of himself out of his body to just punch people.
Okay. Awesome.
So, question.
Also, to mention one other thing, Cuphead, he won't be able to die by physical force. He has, like I said, he has toon force. He has active feats of his body being destroyed and just coming back.
But in the games, he can't die if there's not another person around.
In the games, his physical body can be shattered, but his soul just starts going up to the astral plane, which then Mugman drags back down into his body, and then they just keep going.
Ah, but Mugman's not in this fight, is he?
I'm also gonna help.
Yeah, but
I'm also gonna help Pin here. Sorry, Jim, I gotta do it a little bit fairly. But
yeah.
Okay, so Cuphead's soul is exposed. Can't Bendy just absorb it in GG? That sounds like worst case scenario for Cuphead.
Yeah, because Bendy can absorb people and souls. So.
Well, I wouldn't say he can absorb souls.
He did it to Audrey.
Does Audrey have a soul?
Yeah, you just said that she was made from a human.
She quite blatantly does.
I said she was. No, I said she was made by Joey to be a human. She's still part ink.
Human.
I don't even know if he has a soul.
Yeah, but
all the creatures in the
all the residents
in the cycle.
Yeah, all the residents in the cycle have souls.
That's how they keep coming back. Is because they have souls.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'm just misremembering something then.
That is the entire.
So what's stopping Bendy from just absorbing Cuphead?
I saw someone mention it earlier, but the speed difference. That's what I think it was Fennec mentioned. The speed difference.
Yeah, wait, what would be faster, that constellation thing or faster
Your thing
than
is
light?
much faster.
Okay, so Cuphead's faster, and he can increase that speed with the plane.
Right, but Bendy has
Which I keep forgetting he has.
Yeah.
Bendy has teleportation.
What was that?
Bendy can teleport.
Oh, he can teleport? I feel like that doesn't really do a whole lot.
Well, it should take care of speed if they're if one can teleport and one can move very fast.
Yeah.
That's nice teleportation. I just moved away when you teleported because I reacted to you.
Well, again, there's more than just Bendy at play. He also has little minions to work from too. He has searchers and lost ones that can act as little distractions.
Yeah, he does have little minions.
Yeah.
Not minions that grew.
Yeah. Ones that he can just. I don't think he can. He can summon them out, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Come, lost ones. Things like that.
Lost ones.
So while Cuphead is distracted about fighting the lost ones and the searchers, Bendy just touches him, and what's Cuphead gonna do then?
Oh, I have one question.
Go ahead.
If I remember correctly, doesn't Bendy have a certain weakness in the Dark Revival?
Lightning, right? So then he turns back to Cartoon Bendy, and then Cuphead would be fighting Cartoon Bendy again.
Cartoon Bendy from the game is a little bit different than Cartoon Bendy from the show.
Right, but this is a composite version.
Yeah,
So
but also I feel like they're two completely different forms. There's Cartoon Bendy, and then there's like...
But still, even if, like, Cartoon Bendy dies, he would just come back again, and then eventually the Ink Demon would come back.
I mean,
So are you saying, like, Cuphead would just keep the Ink Demon from ever coming back? Is that what he would do?
Does Cuphead have any lightning to exploit this weakness?
actually, I'm pretty sure one of his, I thought it was like color, not lightning, but I guess I was wrong with that one.
Okay.
But actually, he does.
Like,
One of his...
shock to, like, Bendy. Like, a shock does it.
Well, he has lightning shot from his
Okay.
DLC, apparently.
Yeah, no, so, Converge fires 3 electric bolts.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm not-
So,
I'm not gonna
but
prove it.
eventually, the Ink Demon will come back.
Yeah, but he's... Nice job doing anything as a little baby boy.
But I'm saying, if,
Stupid
like,
baby!
if Cuphead killed, like, Cartoon Bendy, then the Ink Demon would come back instantly. Not instantly, but, like, very quickly.
If the ink was all gone, could Bendy come back? I would...
Probably, because the Ink Machine can make more.
I mean,
No, but
all
like,
of this
the ink
is
machine would be a
assuming...
separate factor, wouldn't it? Like, they'd be in an ink
All
trouble.
of this... All of this is assuming that the ink machine is present in the fight.
Yeah.
we
haven't really
the
talked
cycle
about
is
that.
part of Bendy. The cycle is part of Bendy, and the Ink Machine is part of the cycle.
Yeah, but
Like, they are doing the same.
Bendy left the cycle at the end of Dark Revival.
Yeah, but this is like giving them the strongest version of what? Are we just finding the base little
strongest?
baby Cartoon Bendy? The base little Cartoon Bendy versus the moon level Cuphead?
Yeah, the
That's not
time
very
it takes
fair.
for Bendy to come back would be considered a BFR. Possibly, I think the ink machine destruction...
Nah, he can come back faster than that. He can come back faster than that. I'd argue.
Could this be a Chosen Undead versus Dragon Ball moment where Cuphead could just infinitely kill Bendy when he's a little baby man and thus Bendy can't win?
I'd argue no, because again, Bendy has a huge advantage when it comes to manipulation in his intelligence. Cuphead is very susceptible to manipulation.
Well, but I doubt, because what's it called? It's like how we've all seen the Cuphead Bendy DBX. Cuphead would probably recognize Bendy as, the enemy and wouldn't fall for something like that idiotic with his speed.
Are you sure you want to argue that? Because I can give a lot of Cuphead stupid feats.
Yeah, trust me, I know he's stupid, but I don't think he'd
even
fall
the devil,
for...
Cuphead,
the devil
Cuphead-
sent his brother to hell, and he still liked the devil.
Cuphead has some
He
pretty
still
good
listened to him.
experience feats, doesn't he? I know, like,
Oh yeah, he. So fun fact about Cuphead: the entire game takes place in a single day.
You know,
Does
what, you know
it?
what Bendy has to do to beat
Jeez!
Cuphead?
What does he have to do?
Yeah, so
So Bendy goes, "Hey, I'll give you $5 if you touch my hand," and then he would win. And then he would win.
well, that's assuming that banishment would work. I think.
Dragon Ball.
Or no, he was just
Dragon Ball overpowered the Central Flame. That's how he won. Could the same argument be made for the Ink Machine? Is the Ink Machine the first flame? Is the Ink Machine the first flame in this debate?
So what? Are we arguing that Cuphead would just destroy the entire, all of the entire place?
I think people are arguing that eventually it would happen.
I'm saying that once Bendy realizes that, oh my god, I can't touch it, he's too much faster than me,
Can't
then
touch
he's
this.
going to use manipulation to absorb Cuphead's soul. And unless you have any way to argue that Cuphead could possibly resist absorption.
Well, I mean,
24 hours. Gosh, I was stuck
Hi,
on
dog.
months longer for that.
Because because if Cuphead doesn't have any mental resistances, the ink will just consume him. Like Bendy will just consume him. That's just an inevitability. Because it's kind of like an unstoppable force means an unmovable object. Almost.
Cuphead has the stats to probably destroy the entire cycle. That is a funny visual.
Actually, yeah. So I assume this fight's taking place inside the ink machine, right?
In a neutral setting where both things would where the cycle would be happening.
The cycle exists, at least.
Because
Yeah.
Because I think if Bendy could destroy, or Cuphead could destroy the ink machine, depending on if they're outside of the ink machine. Because the ink machine's still a physical thing in the real world that can be harmed.
Mm-hmm.
No one harms it because, you know.
It's not.
I don't even know if anybody could physically
Yeah, nobody's
do it.
near it. And it's also...
I don't even
It's
know.
like actively like in a museum.
Everybody's kind of weaker than Bendy in the verse. So, like, I don't even think they'd have the strength to do it.
Yeah, it like no one really has a reason for destroying the ink machine, but Cuphead.
There's an interesting question
What are
here.
you saying? Oh,
I saw an interesting question in chat. Carlson is asking, could he theoretically use the super to go invincible before he gets fully absorbed?
oh yeah. Actually, yeah, because he crosses the astral plane during that time. His soul's not in his body.
So what? Is his body just move on? its own?
Pop the cookie and sacrifice Miss Chalice.
So
I mean,
to-
let's be honest. If Miss Chalice is absorbed, then Cuphead couldn't come back anyway because that was his body.
well, no, because it's not the super isn't Miss Chalice taking over his body. He goes into the astral plane, and then what he's doing in the astral plane correlates to what his body is doing, like actually. And because his soul's in the astral plane, he can't be killed. That's why he's invincible.
Is bent
How long does it
over.
last?
It lasts a few seconds.
Well, once those few seconds are up, then
And the normal,
would just-
cookie.
Yeah, but that's I would argue that's enough with his speed and his strength. That's enough time to get out of Bendy's grasp if he did try to trick Cuphead.
would he even have time to understand what was happening to him?
I would
If he was
think
absorbed?
Thing grab me, kill.
the thing is,
And at what
like,
point does
Cuphead's-
Bendy become Cuphead, and it wouldn't matter what power he activated?
Cuphead's stupid, yes. But one, the show's a prequel. He might have gotten smarter. And two, he obviously has fighting prowess. He's knowledgeable in battle. He defeated like 3-4 islands worth of people, all of which who had like the devil's abilities in less than a day.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's my dog. 1 second.
Impressive. Oh, it's okay. Bendy also beat something that was made to beat him, which I think is pretty funny.
Did he?
Yeah, I assume you're talking about what was his name? Wilson's creation?
Yeah. It is Wilson, basically.
There's
I don't know.
Yeah, the problem was that was incomplete because it was meant to have Audrey be the soul of it because Audrey could rival the Ink Demon, but you know,
Yeah.
that didn't
and then,
exactly
and
work
then
out.
the Ink Demon absorbed Audrey.
An interesting
Yeah.
argument here. Could Smoke Dash get out? Smoke Dash
yeah,
is a
Smoke-
teleportation, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Smoke Dash is. Yeah, it's teleportation.
But not like super far teleportation. It's
Yeah,
just
it's,
like
not-
dodging.
it's his normal dash, but he can spam it.
Yeah.
But
So,
he
like-
can't attack while
Interesting.
doing smoke dash. He can't
So, like-
like attack while doing smoke dash though.
Yeah, he can't attack while doing a Smoke Dash, but if you say, once again, if he got into the clutches of Bendy, just Smoke Dash out of it.
At what point do you think Bendy and Cuphead are too attached for him to just get out?
When he's fully gone.
Honestly, I think because we saw that for Bendy to absorb Audrey, he ate her. He went nom nom.
And he's like, "Hey, I'll give you $5 if you close your eyes for 10 seconds," and then he eats them.
Turn around and count to 10.
You,
Like that would work. On
okay,
Cuphead.
if we're
Let's be
going
real
off the
here.
show's logic, I just want to say, if he was like, close your eyes for 10 seconds, within the first millisecond, Cuphead would become antsy and open his eyes.
He doesn't know how to count.
Yeah, he just forgets and turns around and sees Ink Bendy running towards him, and he's like, "Wait a minute!"
It's actually really funny.
Hang on a minute.
That is a big thing, though. I think that Bendy has, the big problem with Cuphead is that manipulation would work on him because Cuphead, Mugman's not there to help.
Well, like the main thing is like the way that he got tricked by the devil.
Chalice doesn't have smoke dust, does she?
Miss Chalice has everything they have.
Yeah.
Does she?
Yeah.
I don't think she.
Yeah,
has
she has everything they have and more.
Wow. Okay.
She has her own like supers. It's cheap.
Yeah, she has her own super. She even has like a double jump. Like she has a lot of stuff.
So to me, the only thing like Cuphead's only win con is this if he can take care of the cycle. Because no matter what, I think like maybe Bendy can even be like hurt maybe by Cuphead.
Here's another.
Possibly.
Here's another interesting argument. Fennec has said Cuphead's run and gun. Cuphead's run and gun fighting is kind of the perfect counter to Bendy's close range. Also, the run and guns are really good against like he's fighting a lot of swarms at once.
Well, remember that Bendy also has hallucination inducement.
Also, to mention something, if I remember correctly, Bendy or the Ink Demon was sealed inside Little Bendy, who like, Little Bendy's a good guy, but then because of Audrey, the Ink Demon was able to come on back out. So wouldn't, if we're going with Lightning being, what Bendy's weak with, if I remember correctly, that same Lightning was what was able to seal the Ink Demon inside Little Bendy. So what's to say that Cuphead's Lightning wouldn't seal him away and then he'd just become friends with Little Bendy?
Because it wouldn't be forever.
Who's to say that? We don't know.
Would it be a significant amount of time to be considered a winner? Kind of like Discord, eventually being able to come back.
I'd say no, because it doesn't because it can happen later in the game. I think because he becomes Little Bendy, then he could just come back eventually. He will come back. It doesn't just work forever.
Yeah, but that's the same thing with Discord. Bilkin and Discord wouldn't work forever. Discord would eventually come back.
I mean, I'd say probably is an hour too much time?
Yeah, the fight's over by then.
What?
An hour is way too much.
Hour?
Yeah, an hour is way too much.
Well, I don't know what's how time works in the Bendy game.
Oh, that's still a bit weird.
10 minutes.
So to really quick, I'm actually kind of knowledgeable on this. So if I remember correctly, they stated that the normal universe, time goes in a straight line, right?
Uh-huh.
It's time is linear. In the cycle, time is like a film reel constantly going over and over again, and the more it goes, the more degraded it becomes.
Interesting.
Yeah. And when it goes too long, Bendy just keeps evolving.
Okay.
So as the cycle deteriorates and
this is just
basically
semantics. Welcome to DBM cast.
Bendy gets better.
Welcome. This is just semantics. Welcome to DBM cast. Welcome to DBM.
Yeah.
This must be your stream.
You forget that Cartoon Bendy also has his own stuff. His own gear. Again, if he's killed, he just respawns right back into the puddle. So
no,
Cuphead does kill Bendy, then he
answer Carson's question for a minute. He wouldn't get the Devil's Trident. It's non-standard.
Why would he not get it?
Actually, hang on a minute.
Wait,
I put my headphones out.
I just found this.
I'm sure everyone can hear everything. Fine. It's just me.
Why would he not get it?
If they're compositing, would he get the? Would he get
because it's a composite.
Okay, so he gets the Trident, and from what I'm reading here, it can shoot strong energy beams, give non-sapient things life, and rewind time.
Oh. Also, wait, wouldn't he also get the sweater then?
Yeah, he would also get the sweater.
But that works on the devil.
That was on the devil.
It's like a cartoon Bendy.
No, wait.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Is it just general soul stuff?
No, it's this devil specific.
And also, if it does work, it shocks the devil.
A lot of the stuff I looked at, most of my research didn't include the show.
And then Bendy slices his guts out with his claw, just rips off the sweater. Because it just works on the devil, not on all. Souls.
I don't know. I don't know. I think there's an argument there for it working on all souls because I don't know what the devil's. I don't think there's a soul. Yeah. I also realise Okay, Pin, Germ, we've had a fun debate. But it's time to cast your final arguments. I will let Pin, the ink demon himself, go first.
I think that Cuphead is too susceptible to manipulation, and they have a similar strength, and well, Cuphead does have a far faster speed difference. Bendy's manipulation and his intelligence and his equipment and his general toon force will prove too much for Cuphead, and he would succumb to the cycle.
Okay, Cuphead.
I think Cuphead is even enough in strength. I think he's faster. I think his toon force is incredibly good. I think his abilities just counter the Ink Demon's like very existence at some points, like with his lightning. I think a lot of the Ink Demon's abilities that Pin argues would work, like Banishment, wouldn't actually work. And I think he has plenty of ways of getting out of stuff like Soul Absorption with invincibility, teleportation, and all that.
We have heard their arguments, and everyone who is watching the stream currently has voted. So, yeah, I can actually close this now. And with 38%, Bendy has lost. Cuphead, though, has 62% and has won the public vote. However...
Wait, who won?
Cuphead, he won the public vote. However...
Oh, wait, how far?
62% to 38. However, there is still the opinion of me. And I could change it all. Pen, can I just say, you've done amazing. Going into this, I didn't think you had like a shot of a chance, but you have convinced me it's really debatable.
Oh yeah, same.
You have done a really good job here, so
Thank you.
Let it not hurt you when I say I'm going with Cuphead. I will explain all of my reasonings, and I've been taking entire notes for the cast. One, there is...
Oh my goodness.
Yes. One, there is the argument of the start advantage. While Bendy's best feats are moon level, Cuphead, depending on if you buy them or not, has star level arguments from Constellations and Jimmy Star feats. Yeah? So that's strength. Speed, I think speed is just such a difference, because I was looking... That 161 calculation, I actually calculated to the speed of light. It's not even the speed of light. So...
I'm gonna be for real. Like that was like a higher end of that constellation.
So Bro could be slower. Okay, shouldn't have told me that. Bendy has a really amazing wing com. He gets Cuphead, he absorbs him, right? I 100% agree there, but I think Cuphead has too many things. One, he has the range advantage. Whether he's using his plane to fly into the air or using his weapons to stay distant, with the speed advantage, I don't think Bendy has a hell of a chance of catching him. Now, Pin, before you argue, he can use his teleportation. The little smoke dash, being faster, will allow him to do his own little dash and then outspeed him. And obviously if he's on the plane, I don't know if Bendy can teleport in midair.
One thing I forgot to mention, Cuphead can morph his body, like stuff like his straw, into an axe. So he can do close range as well.
There's the debate over, Jim. You can't bring up any final points.
Okay, no, I just wanted to... I know it's over. I'm not trying to affect the verdict. I just wanted to mention
there's no...
Don't add much considering axes did nothing to Bendy.
Yeah, axes aren't really going to do anything. But, I took down some other arguments as well. I do think that, given enough time, that Cuphead could destroy a significant enough ink, and maybe even the ink machine itself, to where they would count the win. I think what really did it in the bad for me was, one, having the electrical weakness, because as soon as he figures it out, and obviously Cuphead spams his weapons, he has a bunch of them, so he keeps changing. As soon as he figures it out, it is so over for Bendy, because Bendy's not even going to have time to be able to be like, hey, turn around and have $5. He's just going to get turned into the baby Bendy, and that will just keep happening.
I found it happening. So funny. Like, if there's a script of this matchup, I really hope that moment happens.
Yeah.
Or he pulls out like $5 ink dollars.
So I feel like they could also destroy
here's some candy.
I also think Cuphead just kind of... They're equal. I think they're about equal in experience. Bendy kind of fights people who are very weaker than him. While he has more kind of...
I'd argue that Cuphead probably has more experience.
I'd say he's old. No, what I'm trying to say is Bendy's like older, but Cuphead has more like fighting experience against everyone across the aisles. Second thing, that damn trident. At the last minute, the time manipulation trident. I also buy the sweater, by the way. So I don't even think that Bendy could even interact with his soul. Because even then, you can make, if you want to play real semantics, Bendy's a demon. Cuphead's a devil. The devil.
Not really.
But you know, so that's my general thoughts. I feel like there is a chance of Bendy winning if he manages to get that hit. With a strength advantage, speed advantage, perfect weapons to count him, it looks like Bendy is tonight's big loser. Cuphead and Germ have won! Hooray! Hooray!
Congrats, Germ.
Any closing thoughts, you two?
Honestly, congrats to you, Pin. I was expecting, like, the worst arguments known to mankind, like Universal Bendy.
I mean, the pencil one was close.
That's a good one.
The pencil one almost broke me.
One. You all are tripping from that. That was a good argument.
I think...
Okay, that pencil one was a bit out there, though.
Yeah, that was a bit out there.
It
Sorry,
was
Pen.
not. It was
Sorry, Pen. That was in one year at the other. But I've never been like a big massive fan of this matchup. Not that I really prefer alt. I mean, I like Bendy Trap, but Bendy Trap's kind of like a basic matchup. And Cuphead has no real ones I like. If Death Battle did this, I'd be quite excited, especially if they use Cartoon Bendy because it makes it a lot closer. Going into this, I was just worried that Pin would get stomped.
Yeah, no, I really only like the matchup when using
Composite.
what's it called, like Cartoon Bendy.
Yeah, kind of composite in a way.
Like it just makes it better in my opinion.
I really hope Death Battle does this.
I'd like to see it one day. If we just have the DBX, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, and you know what? One more thing for the debate. Bendy scales to Hello Neighbor.
He does.
He solos.
Well, Cuphead scales to
difficulty.
Popeye.
That's true.
Sorry, but the Neighbor is stronger than Popeye. That's
True. Okay,
You know what's so true?
right. This cast was fun. I really enjoyed it, actually. I really enjoyed being a judge for
Again,
my
guys,
first
sorry
time.
for being late. I had a bit of an emergency I had to go deal with, but
I tried to be a good judge. Kind of had to...
I was fighting two people.
I was pushing the both of you on. There was a lot that I kind of needed to explain for both.
But
Saul was being like very fair, all things considered.
I agree.
I was trying to constantly...
Except for the pencil thing. That was a great argument.
The pencil one's so bad!
It was a great argument, actually.
Yeah, so...
And it makes perfect sense.
This isn't my first time versus debating judging, though. So, I have experience with this type of stuff. I don't know, this is kind of the end of it. Does anybody want to promote anything? Yeah, go ahead, if anybody has anything they want to promote.
Risk versus Batter video coming out maybe soon. I don't know yet.
I gotta remember to do my write-up. Yeah, you can
The Cuphead and the Bendy games are very good, and you should play them.
No, the first Bendy game sucks so bad.
The first Bendy game sucks.
It sucks.
The first one sucks.
Please,
Second
The Dark Revival's good. Play the Dark Revival.
Jim, is there anything you want to promote? Is there anything you have coming up?
Check out Saul's versus blogs. He
Oh,
makes cool stuff.
That was my promotion.
Ooh,
You stole my promotion, Jim.
Aku lost. Saul's biased.
Make sure you check out Saul's vs. Blog as we're going to be posting Mysterio vs. Scarecrow really soon. It's a fun one. Thank you all for joining DBM Cast today. I hope you all had as much fun as we did. Thank you all for watching, and good night! Bye-bye, everybody!
Wins.